Okay, this is Jerry who says, help me with Paul's statement in 1 Corinthians 14:34 and 35, that women are not allowed to speak in church. I've never been to a church where women were silenced. There are women ministers and others I've heard speaking in tongues with interpretation. Has Paul's instruction been changed somewhere I've not found? I'm not sexist, and I love to hear from my Lord without regard to whether it's a man or a woman. Please educate me.
I think what we've got to recognize is a cultural thing, that in the Jewish tradition, the men sat in one part of the church and the women were sat behind sort of a curtain. It was just sort of like a lattice work. So they were separated and the women weren't allowed to talk in the church. Well, that was a tradition from the old Jewish tradition. And the Apostle Paul was bringing that out in the churches where he was in charge. Now, Jesus Christ made it quite clear that there's no separation between men and women, and he made all of us free in the Lord. And you look at the people, Paul, there were deaconesses in Paul's day. There was Prisca and Aquila. There was a couple who were ministering when Paul came in. So there's a confusion there, and I just think that you've got to say, there's certain things in the Bible that were cultural in the days that they were written, and they don't apply to today, and that's just the way it is. And I know people will think this sounds heretical because you want to take this, the living word, good for all time. But in this case, there is no doubt about that what Paul was expressing was the Jewish tradition of his generation, period.